Chapter 6. Seek and you shall find. Growing up, I wasn't taught about God. We went to church a few times, but I don't remember much of anything that was said. I do remember going to Sunday school at Emmanuel Baptist Church in San Jose. This was my church experience. I can remember around 1991 when I was in a restaurant with my friend. We were in line and a lady in front of me turned around and said, "What's wrong?" I looked at her like, "Lady, what are you talking about?" She just said to me, "Read the book of John." I think she mentioned something about Jesus because I can remember saying to my friend, "I don't know about this Jesus guy," as the man sitting at the table looked at me like I was crazy. Some time had gone by now, and I'm ready to learn. But since Malcolm was Muslim, I started reading the Quran first. I really liked Malcolm, how he spoke and how he changed his life around. He was a street guy as well. I was into him so much that I began to follow what the Nation of Islam was doing and Minister Farrakhan. That guy Nate Johnson has a brother named Mike, and Mike told me the Nation of Islam was a cult. He said, "You'll see." Later, I found that out to be the truth. I was into Islam though for like 2 years, but also was into the Bible because of King. I had 2 books, the Quran and the Bible. I hadn't started reading the Bible yet, but around this time I saw the 10 Commandments on TV. And I was really into how Moses was searching for God, because so was I. They told him God was on the mountaintop, so he went up. We had a mountain in Fremont called Mission Peak, so one day I went up with my cousin Tariq and friend Dan trying to be like Moses. I didn't find God like Moses did though, at that time. Now I'm really starting to read the Quran more, and I got around to the 700th page, and it said in there that Jesus was not the Son of God. I felt like I was God's son, so why not Jesus? I felt like it was an attack on Jesus, and the book closed. I knew that wasn't true. The Bible says Jesus is the Son of God, and the Quran said he's not. One isn't right, and it's the Quran. So now, I'm just focused on the Bible. Around this time, I seen the singer Vanity on TV, and she was talking about Jesus with so much power. I hadn't seen her since the movie The Last Dragon in 1985. She had disappeared after that. This had to be around 1993 when I saw her on TV. I thought, wow, she's so different and so bold. I don't remember everything she said, but I knew she was talking about Jesus. Sometime after that, I saw this preacher on TV named Bishop Gilbert E. Patterson. He spoke with power like King. At the beginning of his TV show, he would say, "Jesus is a habit breaker." I was like, I have a habit that needs to be broken. So all these things got my attention, and I began to watch his program every chance I got. I would say this is my first teaching on the Bible and the things of God besides the 10 Commandments movie. I also had one day read like 200 pages of the Bible, and it was like I was reading a history book. One day, I had a bad drug night because I wasn't free yet from the addiction. I remember waking up and looking at the Jesus picture I had on the wall. I said, "I need advice, and I'm going to turn to your word." So I held up the Bible and pointed at the picture and opened the book. I opened to Ecclesiastes 12. The heading over the chapter said, "Advice to the Young." I was like, wait, wow. I just asked for advice. And here it says, "Advice to the young." I heard a voice say, "That's a coincidence." But I knew better. That's a miracle. And it basically said, all is vanity. When you are young, you will do foolish things. But when you get older, Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.